because.
Yeah.
So if there's no because, as like there's nothing after that because, you can call it love. Because people get attracted
Easily.
to different things and then they call it love. I could be attracted to maybe how you speak or your beauty, or some people is the front.
Okay.
Yes, like some people is the back.
Yeah.
So like that. So different people get attracted to people because of certain things, and that, according to them, especially when we're growing up, it forms the basis of what.
To another episode of Veegilants Podcast, where we talk about civic matters and we also discuss from other people's perspective. I'm your host Olaiton Babatunde, and on today's episode we're talking about monogamy. It's something trending presently on the internet, but before I dive into the whole situation, I'd like to introduce my co-host. You know I can't do this alone, and she's always here to give us support. And I always hype her. She's the melanin goddess, that beauty queen, and my very home presenter on Market Square, Olaiton Adebayo. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm okay too. And like I said earlier, we have a guest in the studio who would be talking about this. Is a married man, okay? And then is a mediapreneur, is a brandpreneur, and he's also a minister of God. Yes. And his name is Olufemi Toosh. Even that name sounds Toosh. You get, right? How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
All right.
I trust you out too.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So like I said earlier, there's something trending on the internet presently. Tuface started this actually. And he said that he's not a one-woman man, that he loves to be with other women, that there is no man created to be with one woman. And as if that was not enough, although he apologized to his current wife, because we know he divorced the last one, and then he apologized to her. He said that was rude, he shouldn't have said that and all of that. Now Don Jazzy also said the same thing. He said he does not have the strength to be with one woman, as if being with two women requires less strength. But then I just want to ask you, you're someone who has evolved over time, and what we call love during your time, say in the 20s, and now is quite different. What can you say about that?
Wow. Okay. Thank you. In the 20s, okay, recently I realized that I was having a conversation with somebody, I think 2 days ago, and I was actually telling the person that I realized and discovered that what most people call love, or what we called love back then in the 20s, like you said, is actually what love actually really is. Because looking at it from the perspective of a grown person now, both emotionally, age, in every wise, even in marriage experiences and all, so I could tell that love is not actually what we call love. Because like I told the person, you can't say it is love when there are still some things attached to it, when there is a why, when it is because of, like if I say I love you because so if there's no because, as like there's nothing after that because, you can call it love. Because people get attracted
Easily.
to different things and then they call it love. I could be attracted to maybe how you speak or your beauty, or some people is the front.
Okay.
Yes, and some people is the back. So
Yeah.
like that. So different people get attracted to people because of certain things, and that, according to them, especially when we're growing up to, it formed the basis of what they called love. And when those things are not there, would you still say that you still love the person? So it is when you can actually love the person without any attachment of like because that's when you can actually call it love. So.
All right, thank you, sir. So Olaiton, you're in your 20s and all of that. So with what you see now with the dating pool and what's going on outside now, do you really believe that there's true love outside there?
No, that question is very tricky, like very tricky, because like you said, in his 20s, the love was very genuine, unlike the love we have right now. The love we have right now has to do because I love you because you have money. And that's like for most girls, like, okay, I love this guy because he has a car, he has money, he can take care of me. And the first thing that comes to everybody's mind right now is, okay, once a guy asks you out, can you take care of me? Like this one, like the first, okay, are you financially stable, which is actually a right thing. But I would say the dating pool is scattered right now. We don't know if there's true love.
Yeah.
It's not something I can answer, but for me, I'll find true love though.
Okay.
So all I'm just saying is that okay, it's all scattered because we all have our own reasons why we want to date somebody. It's not like before. It's not like our father's love. Like apart from the father's love that we know, like okay, our forefathers' love kind of love, because our mothers actually like stayed in their marriage for some certain things, and now we have a lot of people that are divorced just because of minor issues that they can actually like stay in their homes.
All right. I think I agree with you both, because really outside there it's really insane when it comes to dating and all of that. And like you said, I really hope you find that true love that you deserve. All right. So you've been married for years now. I don't know how many years, but at least you've been married for years. 8 years. That's a lot. Do you think your definition of loyalty has changed over time?
Well, yes, somewhat. And by that I mean that loyalty, because getting to see actually things for what it is right now. Because you can't claim to be loyal to people until you have seen them finish and you're still committed to them. Yes, until you have seen them finish and you're still committed to them. Because loyalty comes from, when you have a gift of access to people. Not necessarily only in marital space, as we're discussing now. It could be maybe between you and your boss, or between you and your mentor, somebody, and then that person give you a gift of access, and then you're able to see them like behind the scene of everything going on, and you see that this man behind the scene maybe beats his wife, and you are a man, and then you still respect and still stay committed to that person, not walking out on that person. That's loyalty. If behind the scene that you hear the man just talking anyhow, or maybe outside you are his PA, and then outside you guys are all well put together, Toosh, and then etiquette is flying in the hair everywhere, and then behind the scene he gets home, just remove socks, throw it here, remove this one there, and he's eating like that, and you now be like, wait, what the other versus what I got. Outside we are this, and inside. But yet you still stick and still respect that person the same way you respected them before you saw all those safe finish, and you still see. So the same thing, bringing it back into marriage. Before before you guys got intimate, before you began to like know her well. I'm talking from my perspective as a man now. So before you began to like see her like for who she is, like apart from all those makeups and the eyelashes and all those stuff. Apart from all those paparazzis
that we see.
You are now behind the scene now, behind the camera. There's no camera, there's no light, there's no sound rolling. And here you guys are real behind the scene now. And then you're now like, wow, so you're actually like this. You're actually like this. And then you still you choose to stick to that marriage. That is what loyalty is. And that is some of the things that, over time, in the few 8 years of marriage, I've learned. Because there are some things, there have been days, like I think maybe in my 4th year or 5th year thereabout, there was a time I'm like, I wish I could pause this thing first. Like, let's just pause. Let me just pause this thing. Like, me but just day. Like, if God can just allow me to just pause. Like, I'm not saying we are breaking up. Let's just pause for like maybe a year. Let me just find myself again. Maybe I've not found myself before.
Okay.
We will always get to that season in marriage, and it's really important. And if you have not gotten to that season, and then you think you are loyal, then that's not loyalty. Loyalty is you're faced with stuff that can actually make you walk away, but you choose to stay. Choosing to stay committed. That's what I think loyalty is.
Okay. So now, according to him, it's more like you've seen her to the, like, you've seen everything.
That's all the flaws.
And yet you still decide to remain with her. In your own perspective, do you think a loyal man, do you think we still have a loyal man in the dating pool?
Okay,
like,
I would say we still have. I would say I think we're probably maybe, but we still have loyal men out there. Like some people, despite all your flaws, despite all your
able to
like some people are still loyal to you. Or there are some people that they are not loyal. All they want to get is okay, fine, what they want to get, and then they move on. Once you're not like serving that purpose, once they're not serving that function, once you're not like the power couple out there, that is more or less like a contract right now. Like we define how many, like, okay, once we do this live video, once we do this thing, like once we're not gelling together again, once people are not like seeing us together, there's no use. I guess that's why we have a lot of breakups in the like dating pool right now. We have a lot of people like out there. We can't compare this kind of love, our kind of love, so the kind of love they have in their own days.
Yeah. All right. So talking about marriage, actually, I want to ask you: do you feel pressured to marry at this point?
Okay, I would say at some point I was pressured because I remember when I was in school and I was like, okay, I actually had a timeline to this marriage thing. I was like, okay, by 21 I'll be done with school. By 23 I should have my first kid. So when 23 when 23 came and went and it didn't happen, I cried.
Wow.
I crowed and cried because I was like, oh my God, what happened? And like, I should have been married by now. And I was even, because the moment I entered university, I told my friends, okay, by 300 level, I should be married. And anytime they see me, I'll allow 300 level.
You're getting married.
So when I got 300 level and it didn't happen, I was like, don't worry. 400 level, I'll get married. But I feel I was pressured. And then I didn't see any reason why I should be married, because I was okay. And I think because I was following a pattern, I was okay, after secondary school, university, and the next thing is marriage. I didn't think like, no, look, fine, I need to build myself. I need to become a better person. But right now, I would say, okay, fine, I had that pressure before. But right now, I feel that I want to become a better version of myself. I want to I would say find me. I want to know, okay, who is Olaito? What can she achieve? What can she do? Then I would say, okay, fine, marriage can come after that.
All right. So before we continue, we actually went on the street to hear people's opinion about loyalty and, being with one person for the rest of their life. So let's take a look. I want to ask you, if to say you get money like Tuface and Don Jazzy, say you get the money, you get the fame, do you think you fit stay with one woman?
No, I no fit. I no fit stay with one woman. You know that before I get the money, I will be with a woman that we gather up everything together with us well, something like that, sha. But if the money come, I know that I will get another woman, so like that. But that main purpose woman that we hustle together, to hustle together, that I get the money, I don't feel leave that woman. You understand?
Say you think there's one man where we say you know they cheat at all.
That I know they cheat at all.
Yes.
No.
There is no man where know they cheat.
There is no man where know they cheat. There is no woman where know they cheat.
Okay.
Yes.
Now everybody they cheat.
Now everybody they cheat. No man.
Who do you think say cheat pass, man or woman?
Woman.
Now why you not say that woman cheat pass?
Woman sabi cheat you. Woman sabi cheat is the husband. Sure you understand? So woman sabi cheat is like, how should I put it now? I don't know how I should put it. But now woman, I saw that woman is the main purpose. That's it.
Say generally they talk say men they date polygamous in nature, like they know they stay with one woman. Sure you go there okay if you know say your woman they do that kind of thing.
I don't go there okay.
So why you can't do that?
Well, all is well.
You said earlier that there are some men that do not cheat. So okay.
Because number one is that if you love a woman very well, that both of you suffer together from day one, and you love her very well, and the woman doesn't cheat, there's nothing outside that you're going for. No matter how that the woman have what he wants. Sure you understand? So there's nothing there. See, there's a lady outside that the disease that is with them. It's far.
Alright, so are you trying to say that if you get money like Tuface and Don Jazzy, you go stay with one woman?
No matter that, the matter of fact that I love my wife. We have money. We are okay. So what am I looking for? I'll stay with my woman. Just with that one. I'll stay with her. I'll breed her up normally. So to me, I can't shit. And my wife shit me. It's up to her.
You won't leave out?
I won't leave her out. Because I've seen some that they have shit on them. They still collect their wife back.
So how many times your wife cheat on you? Where you say you go no, say you know if you take them back?
Unless I see there like 2 or 3 of. So I will not say okay. Since I'm satisfied you, they are not okay with me. Just go out and start shit. I won't mind.
Ọ̀nà méjì ló pín sí. Ó wà lọ́wọ́ obìnrin, ó wà lọ́wọ́ ọkùnrin. Fún obìnrin tí ò ní tẹ́lọ́rùn number 1. Fún obìnrin tí ẹ pé ìta ti wà lójú ẹ̀ number 2. Ìdí tó fi wà lọ́wọ́ ọkùnrin ni pé kọ́kùnrin ní bíi 200,000 ní àkáǹtì. Ṣé yẹyí ẹ mọ̀ pé tí dé bá dùn, ìta máa dùn. So òun mo fi ní wà lọ́wọ́ ọkùnrin, ó wà lọ́wọ́ obìnrin. Ó dìpẹ̀ lórí ọkùnrin tó bá lo play mind fún ìyàwó ẹ̀. Tó bá ní 12,000 lọ́wọ́. Tí ó ṣe kó máa sọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ pé wà láìtàláì 1,000 ló kù lọ́wọ́ mi láyé lọ́run sí ẹ̀. But tó bá ti jọ lo play mind fún ara wa, kò sí fọ́ọ̀tì lọ́wọ́ obìnrin, kò sí fọ́ọ̀tì lọ́wọ́ obìnrin lọ́wọ́ ọkùnrin náà. So ọkùnrin nǹkan tí mo fi tún ní ó wà lọ́wọ́ obìnrin ni pé obìnrin tí ó bá tún ní ìtọ́lọ́ tẹ́ pé ó béèrè 10,000 lọ́wọ́ ọkọ ẹ̀ fún 20,000. Irú èmi ń sìn for example, ọkọ tèmi ó fẹ́ ṣe kò sí ni. Ó jẹ́ nǹkan tẹ́ pé tá ní ó ní ni. Ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ kí pa òfin yín. Mi ò lè màlá pé mi ò lówó lọ́wọ́. Nítorí ọkọ mi ò fẹ́ kí inú mi máa bàjẹ́. Kò ń fẹ́ kí n máa bojú àbí kí n máa ké. Tí bá ní mo lídìí nǹkan tí bá kọ́kọ́ sọ fún tí kò bá ní, ó lè máa rò bí eré yìí ló kù. Tó bá rí pé ẹni yìí ó ti ń dojú kò wá happy pé bí ó kanra mọ́ àwọn ọmọ òun àbóhùn béèrè nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ìfà yáre kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ó sáré kanra mọ́ òun àpá nǹkan kan tí ń ṣe ìyàwó mi ó dà ìyàwó mi ní 20,000 tó béèrè mi ní 5,000 mo ló yá gbàdá ni. But tọkùnrin bá ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ló fẹ́ mú obìnrin ṣe ṣìnà? Ṣé ẹ understand nǹkan tí mo sọ? So obìnrin tó bá ti wá mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan tí ọkọ ẹ̀ bá ní wọ́n máa bá a fara dà ní. But obìnrin títa bá ti wà lójú ẹ̀ mẹ́rin kípa ọ̀fun kò lè cope pẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
Your husband if he cheats on you, can you forgive him?
Yes, of course. Torí ìdí tí mo sọ pé mo lè foríjì ni pé ó ti ń dùn mí ní number 1. So ọ̀rọ̀ yìí dàbí orí àwọn àgbàlagbà wọ́n ní tí ọba ṣe nǹkan orí abẹ́rẹ́ fún yàn tó bá fi gbogbo ọjọ́ tó fẹ́ lò láàyè tó bá fi wà bí fún yàn kéèyàn máa wò tìbí rẹ̀ orí yẹn ni kíyàn máa wò mọ́ lára tí ọba ti wo orí yẹn òyìn onílé ṣe ibi pẹ̀lú èèyàn máa dáríjì. So àṣẹ Ọlọ́run náà ó dáríjì wà kí ló wá ṣe.
Bí èmi lò ní wọ́n lè cheat lẹ́yìn tí ẹ̀ fún dáríjì òun.
Ọ̀nà púpọ̀ ni o kò yẹ tún ṣọ̀nà púpọ̀. For example, nǹkan tí ó lè ṣe fún mi tí mi lè fi dáríjì òun ni pé bóyá mo jáde mo lọ sí ṣọ́ọ̀bù nísìn mo wá dé mo wá bá obìnrin ní bedroom mi lè dáríjì. So tó bá ti sí ẹ̀mẹ́ máa yẹ kí n pa ọkùn à ń ṣera wa à ń dáríjì ra wa.
Okay, so mo fẹ́ bèrè lọ́yìn tí tọkùnrin bá fi owó sílẹ̀ lọ́yìn ọwọ́ ọ̀tún tó fi loyalty pé òun ò ní bóbìnrin míì sùn sílẹ̀ ní apá òsì èwo lẹ máa mú.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ó lágbára díẹ̀ o. Ìtẹ́ mi máa mú ọwọ́ bóbìnrin sùn ní o kájọ máa gbádùn pẹ̀lú free mind pẹ̀lú dùnúnú lé kí ìgbéyàwó wá ṣáàdùn ṣá ó wà òkè kó dùn tífẹ̀ bá wà ìfẹ́ ò ṣe owó tífẹ̀ bá wà kò sí nǹkan tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ nílé kí ni ilé ṣáàtì máa dùn lọ.
So I'd like to ask you, do you think men naturally cheat?
It's not actually natural though, because I feel like everybody has their own opinion on the way they see things, you get. So it's up to them. I mean, it's not natural. No, all men are not like that actually. And I mean, they are top celebrities, so you don't expect them to stick to one woman, you get, because they can get any woman they want to them. They feel that way, so you don't expect them to stick. No, it's not possible.
So that means if you have money like them, you also cheat?
No, you get. You're actually taking this somewhere, and it's not actually that way. If I have money like them, probably I feel like they've not seen a woman that can actually make them stay one place. You get. if they meet a lady that will make them stick to her, they won't cheat, obviously. So if they definitely come in contact with a girl that when they see that okay, she treats them this way and they feel like they've seen a reason to stay with her. So I mean,
okay, so in your own opinion, between a man and a woman, who cheats the most?
the lady cheats actually.
Why do you think so?
Because you can never satisfy a woman like every man will say. That's one of the saying I know. And I mean, you could have this girl you are dating and you're giving her everything she wants, attention and everything. And at the end of the day, she still gets to a point whereby she meets another guy. You know, one of the things that make them cheat is actually when they get to a point whereby you just meet another guy and you just make a little mistake. And I mean, you're out of the picture. It's sad.
Yeah, something like that happened to you before?
Yeah, several cases.
Like you were sincere with her, she was the only one in the picture and she left you.
Yeah, 4 years relationship. So we've actually stayed long and all because of I actually went for, you know, I'm actually in Nigerian Navy, so I went for stuffs and I wasn't giving her attention. All of a sudden she was.
Sorry about that. Alright, thank you very much. What's your name? Miracle. Thank you very much, Miracle. All right. So looking at what these people had said about being with someone, you know, there's a man there that said that it can't be with one woman. And then, you know, we went ahead to even ask them, like, if you have money like Tuface and Don Jazzy, would you remain with one woman and all that? And, you know, he said that, if I have money like those people, me, I cannot be with one woman. I will have one woman that I will be with because we suffered together, but then there will be other women. And then there is another one that, there's a woman that we asked, like, okay, if we give you money now and then another man is offering you loyalty, which would you go for? She picked loyalty. But majority of the men said, when it comes to cheating, it is the women that are at fault. What do you think about that?
Let me ask you first, how are the women at fault?
Well, they feel like even the woman also said that if some women, after offering them the whole thing, they still decide to cheat on the men and all that. And then, you know, after offering them everything, the men still feels like women are usually not satisfied with what you give them. And that is why probably when they're troubling you in the home and all that, the next thing they can think of doing is cheating.
That's a lot.
See, it's actually wow. Okay. 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 I was just processing all that you said.
Okay.
But actually, the sad truth is that that's the reality out there, and it's actually real. And well, let me approach it first from the biblical view first,
Okay.
and then also I'll bring it because I was having a conversation. I don't know if it was last year or maybe early this year, and then I think it was my wife too, and I was telling her that so permit me to use vernacular.
Okay.
So that on just one word, that Tishino vernacular runs in the blood of every man.
Okay.
From the Bible days. That check, like there are a lot of people that with or without the Ashino, God still love them. But there were some people that they did Ashino, do drumming, and God still said yes. You pick people like David.
Yeah.
That God says is the man after his heart.
Oh,
When other kings are out there, people are out there fighting war. He was at the balcony.
Fine girl.
They get I can come. Try to manipulate. Solomon, God gave him warning. Even Samson, that one was not even married yet, but at least he was doing around that. In fact, Bible even recorded that there was a time that the enemy thought they caught him.
Yeah.
So I'm not digressing. I'm just trying to
I get.
that the enemy thought they caught him. That okay, yes, he went actually into a brothel in the enemy's camp, and then he was inside the brothel with an ashawo, and then like that. So the enemies were waiting at the gates, like this is the end of the road for him. Bible says that he got up and he was approaching the gates. The Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and he uprooted the city gates. A city gates. And then you want to like, okay, we just finished from the bed of Shiloh. The Spirit of the Lord,
It's
get-
two different
Gen-
things.
Yeah, so I just want to throw in that contrast a little bit to help us understand that. Okay, then when we now even bring it down to Africa,
Yeah.
it's like it's wired. It's not God that wired it though. I don't know who did that. It's wired into our gene that only a few set of people can actually get like they want to stick through the thick and thin with their partner, with their wife, especially the men.
Yeah.
So back to your question. Sometimes, well, yes, I would somewhat want to agree with that man based on what you said about that despite giving everything, they still don't enjoy that peace.
Yeah.
And that is really like a big question mark because there are times that we men we make the mistake of because at times I think I saw it on somebody's status or I can't even remember somewhere on social media where somebody was posting, she was like, oh wait, women, I don't know if you've seen that post that God gave us eyelashes. We'll scrape it off, we'll draw another one. God gave us natural hair, we'll cut it off, we'll put a new hair on it. And it was giving different examples. She was like, you men, you now want to understand us. How? So you get. So there are times that even women, so at times, maybe they don't even understand themselves. And then we men, we think we understand them by giving. Maybe I've seen that, oh, your love language is giving you gifts and all that. So I pamper you with gifts, neglecting the emotional part, neglecting the me being around part, and then like that. So at times that could be where the problem is. And then like we keep sharing them with gifts and then like that. Okay, Chibina, this one you want. You guys, you can have the car, have my ATM card and this thing. I would like that I'm chilling out with the boys or have a contract in the Shogbo or Abuja.
Yeah, and you're on the road.
With the girls.
Like to shock you, there's this new we call it service apartments, you know, like there's a new one close to my office, like just few buildings to my office. That place is really fabulous. Really,
Very
really
nice.
cool, luxury. Now, so there's a friend of mine that is working on a gym, opening a new gym. This is massive. So we're working on some things, and I told him that you guys are even lucky that when people come around and then let's say from the island or from somewhere, because there's an event center opposite that building, so that when they come around or maybe people coming in from the abroad and then they want to just like, okay, is there any nice gym around here? I said, you guys are building something nice that you get. It's not like, hey, where is that? I said, just that I now described it. They said, oh, that place is South Sapa. He said, good. He said, bro, thank you for the code. I said, which code? I don't understand. He said, I've been thinking of where to get away. Now, just tell my wife, I'll go to Abuja or somewhere like that, and I can be in this hotel, and nobody will know that I'm here. So in my mind, I'm already calculating when he's talking like that. I'm a guy, bro code. I already understand. Now you can come on. So that's just the way the way it is. So a lot of time it is not just about what the gifts we are given. Actually, that makes a woman that makes us to stay with a woman or a woman to stay because we have cases of women to actually walking out of marriage. So it's not only on the man. All right. So in another sphere or from another perspective. So if a man, I'm just say guy, if a man, let me say a guy. Because it takes a lot to actually be a man. Everybody can be a guy. So if a guy just walks up to his babe and like, babe, I think we are no longer aligning. Maybe when we started, I wanted to go this way. You wanted to go
that way.
Like that.
Oh no,
right
our
now,
ways.
Yeah, it's like this people that sang this is it me up when I said it's supposed to be straight to me. So that kind of thing. So and the guy is coming up prepping you for that kind of thing. He's actually onto something. It's actually onto something, but most of the time they find a soft landing. To break the news.
Yes.
And some will
so that they won't break your heart.
Funny enough, let me digress a little bit. Funny enough, this morning I just wanted to make a joke with my wife that it was just a thought. It didn't happen to anybody. But in my mind, I wanted to tell it to my wife, like, I had this happen to somebody. But actually, it was just a product of my own imagination. And the thing was, as I was, dressing to go out, And the thought just came that, okay, there could be somebody that, you are in the same house with your wife. You dress up normally, that you are going for your friend's party or your friend's wedding, and you're actually going for an introduction, your own introduction with another person.
Okay.
That can happen.
That is where we draw the line. That's where some people need.
You don't know it can happen. Welcome to life.
No, like seriously. So how do we now? Okay, if the wife now gets to know what's going to happen,
I think that question is meant for me.
like what's going to happen?
No, sincerely, because why? I don't know. Maybe one of the reasons why that thought came is that back in school days, I had a friend like that, and she's particularly like your everyday good girl. We call her Mommy Gio.
Yeah.
Because she's a pastor's daughter. In fact, her both parents are pastors in a prominent church in Nigeria.
Okay.
And they are senior pastors.
Pastors, okay.
So she's a good girl. She's my friend. So there was this guy. That was in BlackBerry days. Anyway. So BlackBerry was the iPhone. What was iPhone? BlackBerry was in thing. So someone, she came across this guy's pin, and then they were pinging off, and then like that. So, and then I kept warning her about that relationship because I wasn't comfortable with it. I kept warning her that, okay, I don't mention her name. Babe, this, he was like, no, it's just my friend, just my friend. So eventually, sometimes later, same semester, so I noticed that she was not herself again. She was just being awkward and weird somehow in everything, withdrawal and all that. Like, so I was just trying to like deep troubleshoot to know what's going on. I discovered that she was pregnant. But this same guy.
Oof.
How?
When?
How did you get how now? So it was like, okay, she opened up to me. The guy came around to see her. That was the first time they would see physically.
Okay. And
then so he came around. At first they met at an tree, and then of course they head out. After I was like, let me just know your hostel now. Whenever I come around again.
So that I can come and say hi.
Hey.
So that was just how, I don't know, it was deliberate on the guy's part.
Yeah.
So somehow while the wait time had gone, he was talking, because she told me, he was talking of, don't worry, I'll just lodge somewhere else. Emotionally, what do you call it? Is it gaslighting? Blackmailing or gaslighting? I don't know, you guys have invented so much vocabs these days. So, somehow she was like, no, now why would you spend money to go and lodge in a hotel? After all,
you can't
she was
mistake of a life.
Exactly, yeah. She didn't even know that sex would come in along the line. It was like, what's just okay. Somehow.
She got
Baba make move. Somehow. This body can betray you somehow.
Hey,
what if betrayed her and then she did just that once and then like that. Now, this is where the story now got really, really, really now I think 3 weeks after, like, into the pregnancy and then like that, we were in class and then she just called me, Toosh, please come and see something. And she was just shaking. I'm like, Mama, calm down. What is it? She now discovered that the guy had 2 Facebook accounts.
Yeah.
One, she knew about her, like, she's a friend, she's following that on. The other one, she doesn't even have any idea about it. The guy, 2 weeks before that day that she saw this, that means like a week after that day, the guy did introduction. And the lady that she did introduction with, in that picture, I saw it myself. Her tummy is big like pregnant. This.
Whoa. So
I was like, how? And she saw it because a mutual friend, as a friend of her, commented on congratulations and Facebook did Olufemi Toosh. Somebody liked this, somebody commented on this. And she was like, this person looks familiar. And so she was just calling me to come and please let me check this person.
Is this person?
Is it the one?
She is there. So things that, so I think that was how this thing. And then of course, just for personal experience. I be guy you, but waiting guy don't do people. But I'm waiting women too. So when they say fair woman, also too, there are some men.
I don't fear men. That one is normal. Just
I think the story he said, I can remember when I was in school, I think that should be in 200 level or so. Now, myself and my friend met these guys. I think they came from the next town and then they came so they saw us and I was even like, I wasn't really concentrating on them. Then they asked for our number. So because I was not concentrated, I thought they stopped because of my friend. So I think she already told them that I would give them my number. So they were like, okay, so what's up the number? And I was like, me. I thought you were asking for a number. So the guy said, no, give us your number. So I gave it to them. And then I think one evening, this guy got back from work around 5 p.m. and all. Then he traveled from that town where they stay down to where I was schooling. And that should take about an hour. On getting there, he was asking me, oh, do you have a boyfriend? I didn't have a boyfriend, but I said, yes, I do have a boyfriend. He's in my department, just creating a picture of a man in my head. And, just to block him out. And then I asked him, oh, do you have a girlfriend? He said, yes, I do. I was like, so what are you doing? He said, it's a long distance relationship and I don't think we can beat guys. In fact, we're having problem and all that. And I said, yeah, sorry. You won't believe. Okay, I think we stopped talking because I just felt like there was nothing we could do for each other, actually. 2 months after, this guy legit got married to the same girl that they have long distance relationship. I was saying to my friend, like, I don't get so. The same babe that I said, are you guys will soon break up?
Probably they met in the middle.
Oh.
just won't carry on, bro.
Like he just wanted to use me for that moment before
just
getting back.
1 minute every day of your life. Just do like 1 minute silence for me.
No, also for women too. Actually, I agree with you because I was about to, before she told that story, I was about to say some things that has happened like to close relatives that
that women did.
That men.
Okay, it's women. Okay.
Okay, my sister. There was a particular year that a man was planning wedding with my sister.
Okay.
And planning wedding with another lady for the same day. Printed invitation. This one is not Nollywood, it's not super story. I'm for real now.
Like he
printed IVs for the two of them, but at different locations. One was in Abuja and the other one in Lagos.
So how is he going to do it?
I don't know. He will be the one to answer that question.
Wow.
So when my sister discovered, so just I think about a month or two into the wedding date itself, she was devastated.
No.
I mean, I'm like, no, it's not possible. So it was somebody that actually snitched.
And told her.
And she was like, no, it's not possible. And funny enough, she knows the girl and has confronted the guy about the girl before and said, no,
we're just friends.
They're not even friends, just somebody on the streets that
he knows.
Like,
okay.
Some extent that some guys actually go to just because of this. Okay, I want to like play to
have fun and all that is just.
And some people actually like derail from that part. Okay, I don't want to trust guys. I don't want to marry. And in that process, they will lose a good person.
I said it that most of these things, I think when we did the Vox Pop, the person that went with us, who is a guy, and he was like, that as we heard, it's the women that are always at fault. That if you see a guy doing all these things, playing a girl and all that, it's actually a girl that did that to him before and made him feel like, I can't trust ladies again. And I told him that same thing happens to women. When a man, you're already wounded. You met another woman, and because you already have it at the back of your mind that I want to start playing women, you play this next woman, and then she just be like, why should I trust a man? And then the next time she's doing the same thing to another man. I said, so we're just creating wounded people, and then we'll keep hurting each other.
You just told the word, the exact word out of my mouth. Broken people, wounded people, wound other people.
Sincerely, that's just it. So I really want to ask you now, like, you've been married for 8 years. And I know that, I don't know if it's impossible, but is it possible that you never felt attracted to other women? And if you ever did, how did you manage it?
First, disclaimer, or should I call it disclaimer?
Disclaimer, time out.
It is not possible for me as a guy, as a complete guy, like I used to tell people, as a complete guy, not to feel attracted to us. God wired us that way. God made us that way, that, of course, naturally, you've had opposite attract you. The problem is, if I now start feeling attracted to another man, that's where the problem is. But normal. But the fact that it is normal, like, there's something we call, I called abnormal normality. You get, so, because it's actually not normal. But then people are beginning to normalize it. There are plenty of them that and I will not go into examples of that. So it is not possible, but it has not been possible. And it will never be possible. That's in my own word, though.
So how do you manage it?
Okay. So first is God. Because there's nothing that, especially as a child of God, there's nothing that you do that you would not want to acknowledge God helping you always.
And the Holy Spirit.
And I say God because first is God, and secondly is discipline. But I can't just have discipline or self-discipline without God factor in it. If you have self-discipline without God factor, that's the question of morality and the rest. Without God factor, at some point you still break your own moral value at some point. So, but the God factor is God saying, okay, I saw this post analogy of a lady that she does Christian content, and she was like, okay, she was about to get into an argument with somebody, and the Holy Spirit just held her mouth like this, and she was struggling to like leave me alone. Let me say this. Let me give her a peace of mind. So that's the God factor in it. That at times that you want to misbehave or you want to, and God keeps holding you back by His mercy. So that's one of the ways. Every time, deliberately, intentionally, I keep telling God, help me. Because like I had a conversation with my wife, maybe sometimes early this year. So because me and her will talk. But there are times too that everybody just there. We all have that moment in our lives. We all are just lying to ourselves. Okay, so there was this day we were having a conversation, just listening, like just talking, and I told her that, see, do you know that when men generally, as like guys, when they say, me, I don't have that self-control, or that I couldn't control it, I couldn't handle it, I said that we're actually lying to ourselves as men. That you have self-control, but you choose not to actually work on that self-control, use that self-control. She said, how? I said, okay, fine. The previous day, I went to the market and then to get some stuff. I'm into printing and all that. So I went to Mushin to get some stuff. So I was there seated. I used the public transport. So I was there seated from Oshodi to Mushin with this lady beside me. She was wearing, what do you call it, spaghetti or that, that robe. This girl is really busty. This girl fresh.
Okay.
Like, and to crown everything, I see on the cake that killed the cake, that spoiled the cake. She was going braless.
Wow.
And then those are the twins smiling at me, calling me. And I'm like, whoa. And then she now sat beside me. To make matters worse, along the line, she just did like this. And she was resting on the, like, the front seat. And she was resting. And then I thought like, I'm like, I should be like, I was like, no. Like, at that point, I told her, I said, that is still self-control. Yeah. I said, we are in the days where ladies go braless on the road. They don't care if you are looking or you are not looking. If you are looking, say, sure you get. Yeah. And then like I said, what would keep me? And then what would make me not to grab it and say, what are you showing me? How to take it? That is self-control. Because you try it, they will slap you, they will beat you tight, they will disgrace you. So that sin that did not allow you to grab it. Yeah. I said, even a mad man that's actually mad will not see a lady going half nude, like just going braless, and just say, what is that? Just say, a lady can walk past a madman that's braless, and then the madman will just go, everybody will go their way, every man will get to, everybody will their own problem, and then like that. But I said, except the only thing that will make that madman to grab to that lady is if that was what made the mad in the first instance. Yes. You get. So I said, so what would make me not grab? This is self-control. But we actually self-control is actually one big word that we can't control, and I don't know, the devil made me do it. I didn't know what came about me. No.
It's always
we blame because we give devil the wrong credit that it doesn't even deserve. So that is what that's the second part of, apart from God, that self-control is really important.
It's very important.
You tell it to yourself that, okay, you can see, but you can't touch. Yes, you can smell, but you can't eat, you can't taste. Once you settle that in your mind as a guy, sincerely, the rest would be easy. And especially now going back to the first factor, which is God. I see, and I'm trying to control myself. I'm still saying, God, now you go help me. Not help me. This girl's going to finish me. So you get. Because for the fact that you have already asked, there's nobody that asks God for help that God does not show up for. So even when after asking for God help, the devil can't the wine, you say, can't accept the wine, you say, won't come make a move. That is where, as a child of God, and God being a good and faithful father, that is where God, the Bible even says that there's no temptation that has come to us that God has not provided a way of escape. So for me, if I'm getting, I'm about to go into, something and then like that, and I've asked God for help, or even if I have not asked him for help and I'm willingly walking into it, there are ways that God does it. Maybe that time one call coming.
Yeah.
And then you don't pick it and it's not your wife. Where are you? You don't understand. I'm actually listening. That is one sign that Baba don't do that thing. But there are still some men, they will still like, honorable. How is the consistency doing? You see that post. So that is just about that. So it's been God.
God,
And of course, you being intentional
about it.
I don't want to use the word intentional from the beginning because people have abused the every other thing.
I am an intentional man.
You get it. So I don't want, but at least intentionality comes with number one, apart from like Joseph, is not everybody can be like Joseph.
Nobody like
Joseph don't do your own go for Bible. You get, but at least still having that mindset that because it's one thing, like I used to tell my wife, like I was saying the other time that she knows why I didn't tell every man.
Yeah.
Or you yourself, you choose not to
do it.
Not to do it. So when you are faced with such situation, like I used to tell her that I know where I'm coming from and I know where I'm going to. Yeah, especially if you come from a polygamous home, like I did. And then, of course, I've determined that nothing will make me have a polygamous family. See, the moment you tell yourself that as a man, the devil has marked you. Let's bet it.
You will do it.
You will do
so
it.
It's about the mindset.
It's about the mindset. So every time I keep reminding myself that, no, I can't go that way. And of course, for some certain reasons, which I used to tell her, that maybe as we get into the podcast, maybe we'll talk about it.
All right. So looking at him he's a good example of a man that controls himself and that has been in marriage for about 8 years. And to tell you the truth, that's a huge feat because we see people that are married in a year and they are 6 months, 3 months, and everything will just end like that. So I want to ask you, like, do you believe marriage is a lifetime commitment?
Like, there's no two-way answer to it.
No, like people are actually.
I know, yeah. That's divorced. Actually for people that sees marriage as an opportunity, as a business contract, and the way to like grow their probably partnership. I would say it's a lifetime commitment, and it requires more than love.
Now, looking at the situation of things we have presently
in the country,
in the world,
generally. You know what I said earlier? I was like, we're talking about you did true love. I said me. Or like, I will find my own. And it's about the mindset. If I speak it to like, fine, I will find my own true love. I will find somebody that aligns with my fact that fine, marriage is a lifetime commitment. It's not something that I want to say, oh, I'm tired, I need to take a pause, I need to chill back outside. No. I feel that it takes more than love to like sustain it. Yeah. Like I said, we need God in every aspect of our life. And then there's this thing called respect. Because if you respect your partner, there's certain things you will not do. Yeah. Because if you don't respect your partner, that's when you go outside, you say certain things about her, or you see some things that you're not meant to do.
Yeah.
And you do, like,
some men will even badmouth their wife because they want to toast
because they want to get something. So I feel like marriage is a lifetime commitment. And I want to do it with somebody that aligns with somebody that respects me, somebody that knows, okay, fine, even when, I'm not saying they won't be loved, but even when, like, probably we are tested, we still stand strong.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, talking about marriage, I think you said earlier that there was a time you felt like, this, can we take a pause? Like, I just want to be alone. And I feel like there are some men outside there that feels marriage is a trap. And I don't want to be here. I just want to get it. Like I said earlier, that there are some men that will be like, my wife is not doing good. Can you go down? This is why I'm doing this, just to give a reason for them misbehaving. Do you think that men saying that they're trapped in their marriage is a myth or is really a reality?
It is a reality. It is a reality because, until people start telling you stuff about their marriage. That's when but there are some things that some people will tell you and be like, for real, or like you watched it in a movie and you read it in a book.
Nollywood movie.
They're like, no, for real, guy. And they tell you this happened, so you get legit. So it's actually a reality. So, and then like, I like to give examples a lot. Like I told a young friend, she's not married, and I told her, I said, hey, chill. I know that you feel the rush out. You need to like, I
want to marry.
But she's always saying that, well, she would definitely get to see this.
Okay.
She's married now. She's a good friend of mine. I still spoke with her before
coming here
on set and all that. So I was telling her that, okay, this is what we're talking about. Of course, I didn't even know that I'll be using her as an example. So, but she would always say things like, let's say we're in January, or we're in July right now.
Yeah.
And then she'll be saying things like from January that, this year, from December 1st to December 31st, Merry Christmas from me and mine. You guys do not rest on the social media. I'm like, now you they give yourself pressure. And like that, just calm down and then like that. Because there will be days in that marriage. I'll also come back to the men. I just want to give an overview. There'll be days in that marriage for you as a lady that you actually ask yourself, I've think this thing well before.
Yeah.
Like, was I not too much in a rush? Like, and then like that. The same thing for men too, because there are days and there are situations that happen in marriages that you actually wish for a break. And then now, as part of what I was telling her that made me even mention a case, I was telling her that, see, the moment you say, yes, I do, and then, of course, you guys are now good together. You saying yes, you do to him, you're actually saying no, you don't want to some certain things. And those things, it doesn't mean that they are bad. There's some of those things that they are legit, they are good. In fact, they were your life goals.
Those were the things you enjoy.
For instance, now, by the time you get married, and then let's say, okay, Bible says can two work together except they agree. There has to be that alignment that, okay, you're going this way, I'm going that way. Like, as I was trying to say at the time. So I'm going this way, you're going this way. And then along the line, I've already agreed with you. Let's say you're a fashion designer before I met you, or while we're dating, you have this vision about, having your own big
fashion academy.
Academy. Yeah. You want to compete with the big names.
With Vicky Dreams.
Even globally now, not be like even Vicky self will come and be applying for master classes. Come and be not master classes in terms of how to sew now, but for business, like doing it and all that. Well done. Continue. And then you now get into the marriage, maybe 1 year or some few months. And then, because this thing is very, very real, I have a couple of friends that are into that. Some are into modeling, fashion. Yeah. Right now, they've had to put
everything on hold.
Just because of marriage.
Yes, not just because of marriage. It might be that, okay, let's say you're a model now, and then model like maybe that facial or runway
you got
and
pregnant.
This thing, and then before even pregnancy now.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a guy, and then because some guys, their insecurity speaks louder than their silence. So they will now be telling you things like, they can't even say, you're a married woman. They can't be seen doing
things like
this runway. Now you're exposing your body, you now be walking, and you're a married woman, stuff like men do it. African men, they do that a lot. So, and then like that, even though they have agreed with you, they've seen that you're a model before
they get married.
They've seen that you're a fashion person, you had to go. But okay, let me go back to fashion designer, for instance. Now, so you want to expand, you want to scale up, and then I'm telling you stuff. This thing I'm about to say happened to a good friend of mine, and she might listen to this anyway. Now, she, very, very top. Right now, she's top of her game in the fashion thing. But at some point, she and her husband, they have to sit down like, my uncle, you saw me before this. So into the marriage, she wanted to scale up. Baba, you are doing your homework. You are collecting your salary. I know
I was going to ask you, why is it that women have to give up everything once they get married? Like, we're the ones always set back, and you men just get married and just continue your life.
That's why I said I wanted to get to the women home first. It reminded me in case I didn't answer that. Then I'll now talk about what some men to actually give up in their marriage.
Okay.
So now this lady almost gave up her dream. As at then, she didn't have a fashion academy. Right now, she has I work in her brand a lot. But last week, Thursday, I was still there to take our students on digital marketing and a whole lot of stuff and business talk and all that. And then, like, what I saw there, I'm like, academy at all. She's using the whole duplex for academy, not residential. And I'm like, girl, I'm proud of you. Now, she almost gave up on that just because I think a year into the marriage, the husband said, yeah, it's fine. All this thing that you're doing, you're actually doing well, you're good. But see, this money, because at then that was when she wanted to actually rent the space. She doesn't want to be sewing from home. She wants to rent a space, put a machine there and run stuff. That sounds like, we have plenty of rooms in this place now. She's one of the room, put machine there, nobody's disturbing you, and then like that. And like, okay. that money that you want to go and use this thing.
You can use it for something else.
Let's use it for this, let's use it for that, let's use it for sure you get. And then to count the matter up, they are not giving her out. Count the matter up, I will not give her out. I always say that again. Anyway, because like the guy I was talking, you need to where they were staying. And then this lady is like vision wise, we are far apart. And so she almost gave that up. And then so that's one of the things I was trying to tell that lady, that there are some things you have to sacrifice on the altar of your marriage, because at that point you don't enter. There's no going back. No, what's that song?
No.
You either you sit or you don't sit.
You have to stay.
So that's just that. So ladies or women generally, they have to give up. And that's where the compromise comes, because for men to give up. Like this morning, rather, I was talking to somebody on the phone and I was asking him about this marriage talk.
Yeah.
I thought it was business. But me, I dragged him into marriage space, and then after talking business and then like that. So I was not telling him that, it's good, that all this business and all this stuff that we're doing that, of course, can be destructive to us. I said, it's good. I said, see, outside of all that, how is your home? How is your marriage? I was telling him this morning. He said, of course, we're good, we're fine. We was talking about this. And I said, okay. And I said, okay, I came across this guy, Travis Green. So I came across this post yesterday, the first day, where he was talking about it's been over 6 years that he had gone on musical tours outside. So even when he gets an invitation outside the state or outside the country, and then that he makes sure that he doesn't stay more than 2 or 3 days and gets back home. Said deliberately he chose to stay at home for his 3 sons and then for his wife. And then to support his wife, because raising 3 guys is not, and the wife is a doctor or medical doctor. And then so combining her work and parenting is a whole lot and all that. And he said for his local church, he has a church too. He's a pastor. So he said for his local church that, in fact, he wants to be more intentional and deliberate about, raising people rather than going out there, making the money, being famous and all that. He said, but now his wife, his kids, and his church people, they gave him permission that you served us enough. Now go. And then that song, Intentional, All Things Are Working, is actually a decade, right? It's 10 years. So you must do a decade tour of that song. Go to Africa, go to Australia, go to UK, go to everywhere. Like, go and make God proud. You've done us proud. We are still coming back home. But still go and do this. So I was using that to give an example to him that it's okay for us to be busy, to do a whole lot, neglecting our wives and kids. Because he's married with kids too. And I told him that, see, a lot of men make that mistake and they will live to regret it at the end of the day, because, they're like, I want to make money to be able to pay for school fees, to be able to do that, to be able to give my children and my wife a good life and this thing. You make all those money. Along the line, you get distracted. Yes, with other women. There's no how. If it's not with other women, you get distracted with friends that will drag you into drinking. You start hanging out with the boys more, you drink, you watch football, you start. And if you start doing all those things, as someone last time you said it's a carry woman. Because it's a package. Total. It's start unfolding one by one package. Because and I told him that, see, there are some prices that I'm paying, because that's actually aligned with a thought I was having it inwardly with myself last week. And I was asking myself that, I know this moment, I'm still not yet 10 years in marriage, or at least I know that maybe after 10 years. But it's costing me a lot, because there are some dreams, there are some things I want to pursue. Practically now, there are some businesses I want to do. My wife say, no, you will not do it. I'm like, I love this thing, babe, this will bring money out. Like, no. There was even one that I did. And then she didn't support me in it. She gave a little support. It was little, she will see this, she will hear. She gave a little support. And then that business didn't turn out the way it's supposed to. And then she now gaslit me. Yes. You gaslighted me. And then she was not like, I told you. You know when I start telling you, I told you. But I told you, wait first. I know you have that money to establish this business. But it is not, what if it was not the right time? And me, I have given that business, I'm a business person. At least, glory to God, I'm over 2 decades in business now. Yes, doing business. So I'm like, from my business experiences, 20 years don't be business now, and then like that. I've given her, of course, she's my board of director. I've given her, what do you call this thing? Pitch.
Okay.
A business pitch. This is how much I will invest. This is how much I will get back monthly. this is this thing, and that particular location is suitable for this particular business. If I don't use that location, if another person collect that place to pay me, she's like, I know, but still wait. I didn't tell her. I went ahead and paid rent 2 years for that space. So like, that's what you've done. I got equipment in that place, the restaurant anyway. So I got equipment and stuff. That restaurant didn't last 2 years.
Wow.
I had to shut it down because along the line, well, she was managing her own business too. She's into fashion too. So she wasn't available to them because combining that with parenting and the whole lot and then like that. So along the line, people I was putting there, they were mismanaging
the whole thing,
funds and all that stuff. So I had to like put it on. I'll still do it. It's far as I'll still do it. But I had to give some things up too.
So yeah.
And that's why they will say that marriage is what's this word I say? I remember that word when I was talking the other time. That you have to. The word is about giving something compromise.
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 Like that was all on my mind. But I feel like we are not married. So
no, marriage is compromise because there are some things that you want to do, like they are good, but
you can't.
Yeah, like Paul said, all things are expedient. I mean, not all things are clinical, but all things are lawful unto me, but all things are expedient. There are some things that they are legit, they are good, they are not bad, but for the sake of my wife doesn't want it or my husband doesn't want it, and you are like, just like, okay, it's not because left is right, but because you decide to like walk on the same page. So feeling trapped now, coming back to that, because that's what we started from. Feeling trapped, it's a mindset. Because there are some people that I saw an analogy of an elephant that was tied to a plastic chair. And then, so there was a quote, like a caption under the picture, that it's all about mentality because they said they did an experiment. They tied that particular elephant to a particular iron, this thing that was, fixed on the ground, like that. And then they tied that elephant there for several months, up to like about a year. So every time he's always trying to break free, So his mind has already been conditioned that. So whenever you see rope on my leg and it's tied to something there, I can't move. So they now remove that rope and now tied it to a plastic chair. And then they said they did another experiment there. The elephant was not moving an inch because his mind has already been conditioned. So being trapped is a question of mindset. Because you could be in the same situation that you call trap and some other men are into it and they don't see it as trap.
They're enjoying it.
So it's a mindset. So, but overall, one thing that could help if you're feeling trapped and you're listening to me right now is that you have to review, like have an inward check, review, your marriage goals and everything, and to be sure that you are still in alignment. Some people married because it's like two are better than one, we get a better reward for our labor. Okay, me and this woman, she's doing good, I'm doing good, let's come together, we'll be able to go faster into this. And then along the line, you're now feeling like,
did I marry right?
No, actually it happens. It happens. Ladies that they are up and doing and then they get into marriage. You already have money. What am I working for? And then like that. So the guy will now feel trapped. Like because that could be a trap to feel like I'm the one walking.
And that was not the plan we had before.
So that could be the trap. So
all right. Okay, so what do you think about, we talked about marriage and, people feeling trapped and all of that and how it is just your own mindset. Do you think Nigerian society value a woman when she's married? And why do you think that is? Like, does it really, even if she's not happy, as far as you're married, the society is pleased that you're in your husband, especially when you get to a certain age in life, they just feel like you should be married. And I'm sure like at this point in your life now, there's probably talk of and all that. How do you feel about that?
Okay, so for like, I would like the question like women, like people respect women
that are married, even if they are not happy in their marriage.
I think I would say like that was before. People still respect people that are still married. Yeah. But I feel that we are already out of that. I would say bondage, because in the past, even when the guy is maltreating you, even when the guy is doing things you do, like even when you're not happy, you stay there, like so stay like your mothers. Like,
Yeah.
your mothers this or this.
The mothers then will even say, "Do you know what I went through to father?"
You have to like stay and all of that. But right now, like people are not concerned about what would society say. Like let's say we're in the Gen Z world. What if it's not like if I'm not benefiting from this particular thing, if this marriage is not suiting me well, then let me leave. Because I think last year we have like high rate of divorce. Like, getting divorced and all of that. They don't care about, and it's not like, okay, fine, you don't have to respect me, maybe I'm married or not. It's not like a criteria right now. Like I would say it was a criteria before, because once
people
you get
saw it as an achievement.
like, and the moment you get married and you come on like, oh, she's married, I'm Mrs. Lavaja, Mrs. Lavaja. Like the Mrs. alone gives you this confidence, gives you like this stay, like, oh, I'm married and all of that. But right now you can be doing well for yourself and not be, I'm not encouraging it actually. I want to be married, I love marriage and all of that.
Sure.
But one thing I want to know is that people are moving because they don't want to like, they don't want to be conditioned to the fact that, oh, you can only respect me just because I'm married. We have people that can be respected. It's the fact that, okay, fine, I'm married. Yeah. And some people right now even get married just because they want to flaunt their rings, just because they want to say, oh, you're married, power couple, you're doing this together. And in the next 2 months or 1 year, you see them, they're not together anymore. What's the main reason? Like, this old marriage talks nowadays is just scattered. Like, there's no guidelines that you want to follow, because a particular celebrity will come up to them and say, oh, and this marriage, you have to do that this, you have to do that, and the next minute, another person will come up. So we have different, like, that's one thing I would actually advise people. Like, if you're using social media as your yardstick to measure your marriage,
it's very wrong.
You're out. You want to spoil your marriage. So I would say, like, people are no more concerned about the fact that I'm married. They don't care anymore. It's like in the past. Now, okay, I want to like be a better person. If you don't want to respect me as a person, and some people in their marriage right now, like they were like, it's like, okay, fine, we need to draw a contract. Am I going to do this thing when I get married? Because some guys, like, he said something, okay, fine, they're like a guy being trapped because he's already like taking care of the bills. And they had an agreement prior to that.
To the wedding.
We will do all these things together. And the moment girls get in, like, all the
what's marry now?
Checking, video call me and all of that. But then I feel that if your goals are not aligning anymore, that's when like rifts happen. That's when different situations happen.
All right. She talked about rifts now. She talked about a problem, and I think one thing that what someone once told me in the past is that, do you think it is love that kept our parents? That what kept them is respect, is understanding, like knowing that we are here and we're doing this for life, regardless of what I'm facing, regardless of what you're facing, we're in this together. And that is why in the past we have our parents staying longer in marriage and all that. But then let's not take aside the fact that when we saw each other, it was love that came first. Now, what role does emotional connection play? Or what in your own marriage? Now, let's look at your marriage. What role has emotional connection played in keeping your marriage alive?
Like a whole lot. Like I mentioned the other time, that me and my wife we talk, and there've been days, there've been weeks that by weeks I mean like I try to do. I think the highest we've had is maybe like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
Yeah,
you guys don't talk at all.
We don't talk. And it's not that we don't talk. We talk normal. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are
okay.
you? How's the night? Fine.
And
that's try to have your food now. Yes. Try bring it in or put it on the dining.
Without having issue. No issue, nothing. You just like okay, let me know.
Something must have led to the
okay.
And then maybe we had an argument. Not like argument. I didn't even like call it argument. Maybe miscommunication or maybe we are not aligned on a particular discussion and then she's deciding, ladies, you want to hold your side. So with that, we've had days, we've had weeks, and then everybody will just hold their side. You look at me. There was even one particular day that we looked at ourselves with the corner of the eye. Our eyes touched each other. I said, give the man Jerry, I tell you what is funny. Forget. And then like she gathered herself. I say, maybe I will fall for this one. And then like that, okay. So somewhere, I think that same particular session or phase, And then so at the end of that phase, when we got talking, okay, I think how that one even ended was that I saw a post on, I think maybe on TikTok or somewhere, and then that person was like, okay, how maybe how she and her husband or her bitch, how they fight that. Despite the fact that they're in an argument, they're in a season that they're not talking to each other. Okay, they still help each other out. This one's still like, oh, you're busy doing this, and brings a glass of water for you.
Yeah.
Maybe, and then maybe, oh, you're sleeping.
Oh, you want to take something off
and they still help you. That shows that, oh, you still love
regardless.
But the fact that, oh, we're having a season. And I'm sure that I said, like this person, they're just supposed to just call her name out. Said, you and who? Said, look, watch the same very well. Say, that's not me. That can be you. That's not, she will still be in that space, but she wants me to come and say, oh, okay, babe, I'm sorry. Let's talk about it. But that's just, and that takes me to that question, that emotional connection. You cannot really have it. And because the moment you start drifting emotionally, remember, either I die or go, you don't finish. But that's the thing, because one thing that still keeps you there is your emotional. I was talking to somebody in church on Sunday, and then I was telling her that, oh, you remember the conversation we started like about 2 years ago that we have not finished. I said, well, I'll still remind you. So I still be thinking about it, so that the day we have time to talk very well about it.
We'll talk about it.
I said, in life, generally as human being, three things actually like are the core that makes or break our life. I said, number one is the God factor, like your spiritual life. I said, number two, money. Number three, emotional issues. And by emotional issues, I mean, relationship and all that, love life generally, like that. So I said, of course, God, spiritually, you can't rule God out of your life. Even the unbelievers, they still have one God somewhere that they still believe. Everybody have one God. So that's one. I said, number two is the money. If money, I said, even in quotes, like I've had that they say, oh, the man of God, if they remove money without anointing is annoyance. I was quoting that to her. And I was like, so the same thing, you can be a child of God and a believer, and if you are broke, you always be angry. You'll be angry with yourself, but you'll be feeling broken. You can even be depressed all the days of your life. So money plays a good role, but sadly, some of us, we shy away from it, like maybe talking about it, money, sex, and all those stuff. But these are things that you get. And I said the third one is love, which is the emotional part. That if you're having issues with your boyfriend, you won't pass your final exam in school. You can have carry over. That's the truth. That's the truth.
I remember when I broke up, when the guy broke up in one time, I cried.
And you were not coming to class?
I was not going to class. I didn't go to class for a week. I'm not the kind of person that I don't go to class. Like I sabi, I know myself, So when I didn't go to class for a week, my friends were like, Ola, we didn't see you. I was just going through a lot. I told my roommate that I'm not going to school again. Like
because of a guy.
Like I told my friend that I'm not going to school again. Like I was in 300 levels of consonants.
You see now. So what would you have told your parents? You actually dropped out because of the guy. You can't. Because that's sadly the truth. And that's why, see, at times we can't oversay this. We can't oversay this discussion we're talking about. That's it, those three things, they play like big role. And that's why I decided to end it on that emotional aspect. And then I'll still link it back to marriage. Because if that aspect is having issues, because of that, before I got married, because of this emotional issue, this boyfriend, girlfriend, love that we're talking about, God. So I talking. It's like not talking about somebody beating me life. Like I did a job for a company. I just finished my NYC. I'd saved my hard-earned savings. I used it to fix a problem, a mistake that I made because I was having relationship issues.
Problem.
Now, serious, I made mistake in that printing, and that mistake was visible. And it's a company, a big logistic company in Ikeja. Like, and those one told me outright that sorry,
you have to.
Femi, you can't take this job. You can see they brought out their own original copy that they gave me to before I went to do the printing, and I saw it. Even me myself, I'm like, guy. And I remember, bless me. This is the way you do it. I'm serious. This is what you're doing. Because I knew where the problem was coming from. Because what I was doing, it was, number one, a typo error. How do you want to have to run the whole thing all again, over and again? So all my hard-earned savings from my NYSC.
You had to use it for that.
Very, very painful. So, sincerely, that emotional part, we should not, either married or unmarried, don't try to read it out of your life.
Yeah.
Even as boyfriend, girlfriend, even talking stage, watching. Because there are some people that are not emotionally intelligent.
Yeah. No,
that's one thing.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I
so
agree with that.
If you are getting into marriage, you need to, that's one of the things to watch out for.
Yeah.
Like this person I'm about committing to, is this person emotionally intelligent? But if the person is not emotionally intelligent rather, is when, let's say you're pregnant, you're my wife, I'm not you're my wife, you're pregnant, and then I can see that, of course, even if it's in the early stage of your pregnancy, I know that you're pregnant, and I still expect that, you do this, I give, or you have your to-do list, task of doing, and I'm still expecting that you're still doing a lot. Or like you have a kid already, and then you're the one that will beat the kids, do a whole lot.
Cook
I just
for
get
them.
up, have my bath, wear my clothes, come to the office, come back. That's not being emotionally intelligent. You need to like be there for her emotionally, because there are some times that women, at least the little I know,
okay,
that women, they just wake up and they know they have to do the list of these things.
Yeah, but
they don't want to. That's the last thing they want to do for that day. There are times that, my wife normally, she knows that she wakes up, she go and, prepare the kids' food. And then a lot of time I help with bathing and preparing them for school. At times, she'll just wake up. She'll say good morning on the bed, but she'll sleep there. Uncle, get up, go and cook for them. Take them to the bathroom and bath for them. And I will still take them to school.
Yeah.
That is part of being emotionally intelligent. So if I'm not emotionally intelligent, I'm not going to get problem. In fact, that would have been one of the reasons why the marriage would have been. So emotional intelligence plays a big role. And then coming back to where I started from. So when we have issues and like that's how we come back. I'll now use style down. Okay. How fun? How are you? You look at me like, what's talking to me? Like, after 2 weeks, after 3 weeks, yes, it's who else is in this house I'm talking to? Say, or at times I'll come like, are you busy now? Say, no, I'm not busy. Or I'm doing something. Okay, when you're done, I'd like to see you. Like, and you can say whatever you want to say, you can say it.
Because you want to talk to you. What do you want to just say it now?
You get you can relate because you're women. So that part, because I consciously, because no matter how, I don't allow, like that's why I said the most has been 2 weeks. I don't allow you to start running into, but if you start running into 1 month,
you get used to being alone.
Yeah.
And I don't want her to get used to
that.
Yes.
And we girls get easily like to that.
Yeah. It's a normal thing.
It's a normal thing. Like, so
to
connect back.
It will take a while.
That's part of the abnormal normality.
Yeah.
But some people are normalizing some people are normalizing pain.
Yeah.
Some certain pain, even in marriage, and then battery and assault, they will take it in. I've had somebody that you get. I got him angry. He's not that angry kind of person.
Yeah, he told me to do this. I didn't.
And I didn't remember to do it. Continue.
All right. So to wrap it up, if you to talk to your younger self before getting married, what would you tell him about marriage and about love and loyalty? Your younger self. Yeah.
That's a whole lot though. Because I'll write myself, not just a letter, a book of maybe 6,782 pages. So the things I've learned since then, because especially from relationship before marriage, and then into marriage, love and loyalty. Okay, I'll just say in one word that things are not always what is same. There are some things that, and things are always about perspective in life.
Yeah.
So people can be looking at this figure, and then I can see if you draw this like this, from here I'm seeing as 6, the person over there is seeing as 9, you get, and then like that. So there are two sides of the coin. So we have to, I'll tell my younger self that, my younger self. I'll tell my younger self that, Papa, brace up. The journey is far.
Yeah.
So about love and loyalty, at some point, you will feel betrayed. At some point, you feel alone. At some point, you feel, trapped. And I use the word feel.
Yeah.
But it's not always
like
always
that.
our perspective. So you feel trapped. A whole lot of different emotions. But just overall, just brace up. Because you're becoming somebody that God wants to use to show off to people that this thing is possible.
Yeah.
You get, and so I just think that's the thing about it.
That's a good motivation for people like us that are not married. And I hope I get to tell my future self that, well, we're doing it. We said we're going to do it, and we did it. And really, what would you like to tell I know that you're not married now, but what is that thing that you feel like you've learned from this whole conversation?
I would say, a lot is going to happen.
Yeah.
And there will be times I'll have to compromise, let me say that word.
Yeah.
And there will be times that I'll have to communicate even if I don't want to.
So yeah.
Even my own inconvenience, just because I want this thing to move forward. Just because I don't want to get used to be alone. I have to communicate clearly. Mm-hmm. One thing I lack when I'm working on is communication. And from what you have said, showing your emotions and communicating better. That's just. And when I feel fine, I don't like this thing, I'm feeling trapped. I feel everything else. Communication.
Yeah. All right. And that will be all on today's episode of Veegilants Podcast. And to our listener out there, I'm sure you've learned one or two things from today's episode. There is no man that cannot control himself. According to what he said, there is no man that cannot control himself. As much as you cannot go out there and misbehave with a woman that you just see on the street, it means that you have self-control. And the only thing is you making use of it the right way, and then you can be monogamy. There is no man that is polygamous in nature. It is all about the mindset. And I'm still your host, Olaito Babatunde, and with me in the studio has been Olufemi Toosh. Thank you for coming to the studio. And also Olaito Adebayo. So until the next, do have a wonderful weekend.